Let me give you one of my secrets to having a really fast website. In this case, I'm not talking about CDN. I'm actually talking about replicating your website in different parts of the world. And again, it's not CDN, it's actually storage of your website on different parts of the world. So let me show you what I'm talking about right now. What's up, everyone? I'm going to show you how to replicate your website in different parts of the world. Now, in this case, we're going to use bunny.net, and this is not going to be about the CDN feature, even though they do have it and you can include it in this particular use case. But I want to show you how to replicate the website via storage, okay? So to do this, before we get started, let me show you the sponsor for this video, which is Hostinger. They have great shared hosting plans that you can actually grab the most affordable plan and have a super fast website with this particular use case that I'm going to give you by replicating storage, okay? So if we go to hosting, go to web hosting, we're gonna be able to find their hosting plans. They have plans for $2.99 all the way to $7.99. Now you can grab one of the most affordable plans and have really fast website. So let me go ahead and choose this plan, which is the most affordable shared hosting plan. And once you're here, Hostinger is going to ask you how many months do you want to pay in advance. I recommend 48 months because you lock in the lowest price, lowest renewal price, plus you're good to go for 48 months. Now over here where it says have a coupon code, use my coupon code, which is SAASMASTER, and apply it, and the price is going to drop even lower to $129 with 17 cents. That's for 4 years. So it's a great shared hosting plan, okay? Okay, so for this feature, first off, you got to connect your website to bunny.net. But in this case, I'm going to show you how to activate the storage feature. So in that case, we're going to go to storage, and in storage, we're going to create a new storage zone. So as I mentioned before, this is not a CDN. If you want to use CDN, that's pool zones. In this case, it's storage, okay? So in this case, we're going to name our storage, and I'll just say new, and we have our storage tier. They have two tiers right now. You got your standard and SSD storage. I would recommend the Edge SSD, especially for websites. But if you have a storage that's meant for example, for video delivery, file hosting, etc., standard would be a better choice. But in this case, Edge storage would be my personal pick, which is right now they have 15 regions and the consistency is 1 to 5 milliseconds. Okay, so here we go. The next thing you want to select is the main storage region. Now in this case, for the SSD, you only have available Frankfurt, which is still fine because those files are going to be basically located in those storage zones, okay? So in this case, we're going to use this one, and then we're going to enable geo replication, which is the whole idea of this. If you just want to have it in Frankfurt, go ahead and disable this, but we do want to keep it there, okay? So you have all these available regions where the website files are actually going to replicate over there, and they're going to be there to be delivered by any region that is pulling this website. So for example, if someone is trying to look at your website from Africa, well, it's going to be pulled from Johannesburg if you have that enabled. If you want to disable some of these because you want to say, you know what, I want to save on this, and practically I don't have clients there, I don't care if someone watches it in these particular sections, you can go ahead and disable these and the price is going to drop. But if you enable every single thing, it's going to be 0.30 cents per gigabyte stored per month, okay? Let me give you an idea. For example, in my case, my website has been storing 25 gigabytes. So that means that 0.30 cents times 25 gigabytes, I'm going to be paying $7.50 per month to have my website replicated in storage in all of these sections. So this is going to reduce my hosting load. So the server load is going to be super drastically low. Plus, it's going to load super fast for the people who are watching my website. Because aside from being loaded from these regions, it's actually going to also take advantage of the pool zones, which is the CDN that has way more pop sensors around the world. So if I have a CDN that's close to Seattle, for example, it's going to grab from that storage zone and use the CDN from the nearest point that someone's watching the website. So it's a super awesome way to really speed up your website by storing your website in different zones of the world. So I think it's a really fantastic service that bunny.net is actually using, and I'm using it for my websites. For example, I want to be clear on this. I am using it for my websites, and here it is, SAASMASTER. I have this amount of files that are stored, and I have 24.03 gigabytes stored there, and it's being replicated to every single zone available. So in this case, let me show you replication. Here it is. All of the zones are enabled because I actually want my site to be loading fast from every single point of the world when someone is watching my website. So do take advantage of this feature. Like I said, you can grab one of the cheapest hosting plans available with super low limits. If you grab, for example, a VPS, that has, for example, 1 CPU, 4 GB of RAM, it won't really matter that much because it's actually going to be loading the files from this storage zone. So it's not going to have to go to the website, to the hosting provider every single time to grab the website. So imagine this, you have a cache system, which loads files really fast. You have your storage replication, and then you have your CDN. So there's 3 levels of speeding up your website without having to really grab the files from your hosting provider. So it reduces your CPU usage, your loading, and a lot of features are going to be super faster with this system. So do consider it. I'll be leaving the link in the description in case you guys want to use this. And that's a wrap.